Khazar was the Turkic language spoken by the Khazars, a semi-nomadic Turkic people from Central Asia. It is also referred to as Khazarian, Khazaric, or Khazari. The Old Turkic inscription on the Kievian Letter. The language is extinct and written records are almost non-existent. The 10th century Kievan Letter contains the only extant record of the Khazar language, the so-called runiform recognitio, interpreted as the single word phrase "I have read it." This appears to be a sign of approval from a Khazar magistrate. The language spoken by the Khazars is referred to as Khazarian, Khazaric, or Khazari. Few examples of the Khazar language exist today, mostly in names that have survived in historical sources. All of these examples seem to be of the Lur type though. Extant written works are primarily in Hebrew. The only Khazar word written in the original Khazar alphabet that survives is the single word phrase okurum, I read, this or it, modern Turkish, okurum, at the end of the Kievian Letter. This word is written in Turkic runiform script, suggesting that this script survived the conversion by the upper class to Judaism. Titles like Alp, Bek, modern Turkish Bey means chieftain, lord, Alp Tarkan, and Yabgu refer to an Oghuz Turkish root that is still spoken in Turkey and Azerbaijan. Extant texts written in the Khazar Khaganate during the 10th century are primarily in the Hebrew language. The linguistic affiliation of the Khazars has been disputed. Khazar was a Turkic language, however, different scholars take different views whether it belonged to the Oghur, Lur, or the Oghuz, Shuz, branch of the language family. Hypotheses that classify Khazar as a Slavic language have largely been rejected by the majority of linguists. Arab scholars of the Middle Ages classified Khazar as similar to, yet distinct from, the type of Turkic spoken by other Turks with whom they were familiar, such as the Oghuz Turks. They noted, however, that both the Khazar tongue and the more common forms of Turkic were widely spoken in Khazaria. The consensus among scholars had long been and still is that the Khazars spoke an Oghuric Turkic language similar to Chuvash. Hunish Dubious discuss Turkic Avar and Volga Bulgarian, possibly influenced by Old Turkic and Uyghur influences. As was stated by Alistakri, the language of Bulgars resembles the language of Khazars. The Oghur languages are characterized by sound correspondences such as Oghuric R versus Common Turkic Z and Oghuric L versus Common Turkic. The capital of the Khazars was named Sarkal, which points markedly towards an Oghuric language, as the etymon connected to *sar means white only in Chuvash, while yellow in the Common Turkic languages. Also, the corresponding etymon for *kel is only found in Chuvash, meaning house, shelter, and is not extant in the Oghuzic branch of the language family. The Oghuric origin hypothesis for the Khazar language has been disputed since the 1990s, by authors suggesting that the Khazar language was a standard, Shah-style Common Turkic language.